Hi to my 28 subscribers. Okay, part 4. Oh, and I forgot to tell everybody, happy 4th of July. Okay. The letter to Abbé Stadler re the Mozart Requiem shows how he respected that composer. There are also references to Don Giovanni and to the magic flute, which prove that whatever he may have thought of morality, or rather immorality, of the book of the former opera, he fully appreciated the music. The second opera furnished him with nicknames for his depraved sister-in-law, also for Schindler. The one was Queen of the Night, while the other was surnamed Papagino. Haydn is spoken of in a way which shows, at any rate, that in spite of all the natural antagonism between the old and the rising master, they are on a friendly footing. When Beethoven wrote Letter 73 to Prince Esterhazy that he should, with much fear and trembling, send him his Mass in C, seeing that you, most serene prince, are accustomed to hear the inimitable masterpieces of the great Haydn. He was, perhaps, smiling in his sleeve. Of Handel, Haydn, and Mozart, in the charming letter to Emily M., letter 131, he says, "Do not snatch the laurel wreaths from them. They are entitled to them. As yet I am not." A fragment of a letter from Weber is given re-performance of Fidelio under his direction. And not only is it a fragment, but unfortunately all that remains of a lively correspondence between the two composers. Let us hope that documents of such great interest will one day be discovered. Haydn and Schubert took great interest in folk melodies and made frequent use of them in their works. So with Beethoven, the theme in the fifth movement of the septet, according to Rise, is a Rhenish folk melody, and the trio of the presto of the Seventh Symphony appears to be an Austrian hymn to the Virgin. Moreover, there are the Russian national melodies introduced into the Razumowski quartets. In the letters, we have further proof of Beethoven's interest in such music. In a letter to George Thompson, in referring to the Scottish nation, he speaks of Le Génie de ses chansons. But in letter 322 are given two Austrian folk songs, music and words. The first, Das Liebliche Kästchen, appears to have been in the composer's mind when he wrote the Allegor molto of the pianoforte sonata in A flat, OP 110. The second is entitled Der Nave auf dem Berg. Beethoven sent them to Simrock and says, "The accompaniment is my own." Then he adds, "You could have made things of the kind from me." It is not at all unlikely that other folk tunes than those known may still be traced in his works. Beethoven was a great reader. The only regular instruction he received was at a public school at Bonn, but this ceased when he was 13. It was at the house of the Brunings that he became acquainted not only with German literature, but most probably with Homer and Plutarch. Voss's translation of the Odyssey must have formed part of the library of this highly cultured family. In one of his letters, speaking of Homer, Beethoven says, "Whom I know, unfortunately, only in translation." Plutarch's Lives was another of Beethoven's favorite books. This we know from Schindler, and in the letters there is more than one sign that he was familiar with it. Okay, that's all for this video for part 4. Thank you for watching.